What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of J&D Sports Talk. In this episode, I'm going to start this series, the yearly series, where I kind of break down every team, how I think they're going to do this season, who's going to win each division, how teams look on paper, and then floor and ceiling for every team. This is all my opinion, of course. I'm not going to look at other people's opinion. I'm going to think strictly what I think about each team. First division we're going to talk about is the AFC South, which is the Houston Texans, the Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Tennessee Titans. Huge expectations for the Texans for everybody this season. Colts and Jaguars, kind of similar boat. Couple things need to go right for them to have a competitive season. And the Titans are rebuilding right now, so they're not expected to be very, very competitive this season. But I'm going to talk about how I think all these teams are going to do. Let's get into today's video. All right, first team we're going to talk about here is the Tennessee Titans. Me personally, unless Cam Ward has a Jaden Daniels-like season, which there's a small chance of that happening, this team isn't going to do anything this season. Offensive line is a little shaky. Defense has some older vets that haven't been playing well. And the receiver core is just weak to me, but we're going to talk about them on paper. Obviously, Cam Ward, I believe in him. I think he's going to be a good quarterback in the NFL. I don't know how he's going to do this season. Like I said, unless he has like a Jaden Daniels type season, which isn't the expectation, Titans should have a good season. But Tony Pollard, running back, not bad. This wide receiver core, Calvin Ridley, I think, is a wide receiver too in 2025. But I know him and Cam Ward are having a good connection. I've seen the videos in camp, stuff like that. Tyler Lockett's older. Van Jefferson's older. I like Aylmore. Monor is he's been good with Cam Ward too. But a steal on this depth chart, I think, is Xavier Restrepo from Miami. I think he can make an NFL team and do some impact if he's given the right opportunity. I think Chiga Kwanku could be one of the biggest breakout players in the NFL. I think he's going to have a really good season for the Titans. Peter Skoronski, young guard. J.C. Latham, young tackle. And you look on the defensive side of the ball, you got veteran here. Jeffrey Simmons is a veteran. I would like to see them trade him so we can play on a competitive team. Linebacker room is definitely shaky. Arden Key is not bad in my opinion. Amani Hooker is underrated. Xavier Woods played with Carolina. He's not bad. L'Jarius Sneed has been a little shaky, but he was really good. Roger McCray is young. Johnny Hecker from Carolina, decent punter. But this Titans team, I mean, on paper, nothing crazy. I mean, you can make a case for every team right now that every team could win the Super Bowl, I guess, but it all depends on how you look on paper, and this Tennessee Titans team does not look the greatest. All right, I am on a website here called NFL Perry Pick'em. I don't know who he is, but I highly recommend checking it out. It's fantasy lineups, rankings. You could do schedules, which is what we're going to do right now. The day before the season or the day of, I'm going to release a video fully predicting how the NFL season is going to go. But right now in this series, I'm going to do a floor and ceiling for every team. So right off the rip, this is how I think Titans will go. So you will see duplicates. So like I might say Titans pull off an upset against Houston, but in the Houston part I say they win. So this is just off the top of my mind. But right before the season, I'm going to release a video talking about how my full fall predictions for the league. But looking at the Titans, they start off against arguably the best defense in the NFL. They take a loss there. Take another loss at home against the Rams. Then they have a division battle with the Colts. I think this one will be close. I really see the Titans losing this one. Let's say they pull off an upset against Indianapolis. They have 3 tough games here. They take 3 losses, 1-5. They lose to the Patriots. They lose to the Colts. They lose to the Chargers. They're 1-8. They get swept by Houston, and then they lose to Seattle. They upset Jacksonville, beat Cleveland. They lose to San Francisco, lose to Kansas City, beat New Orleans, and they lose to Jacksonville. I think that's the floor for Tennessee. Talking 4-13, but if I can refresh it here, the ceiling for Tennessee, if all goes well, they still lose these first two games. They win here, they lose here, they win here, they win here. Um, they win here. They split with the Colts, lose to the Chargers. Um, let's say they split with Houston. They win here, they win here, they win here, lose, win, and then they split with Jacksonville 9-8. So I think that's their absolute best that you'll get out of the Titans. Yeah, that's so whatever the ceiling was, I think it was 4 or 5. I said, and then the ceiling is 9-8. All right, next up in the AFC South, we have the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts have always been a team I've had a lot of respect for, but I don't know, man. It's all gonna depend on Daniel Jones right here. I have a gut feeling he's going to have a Sam Darnold-like season, and this Colts team is going to have a good playoff run. But will it happen? It's unlikely. Outside of quarterback play, Jonathan Taylor, top 10 running back. Tyler Goodson, DJ Gibbons, Khalil Herbert. That's a deep running back room, if you ask me. Michael Pittman Jr. have always been an underrated wide receiver. I think if he has bad quarterback play this year, he should request a trade. Alec Pierce, Josh Downs, they're underrated. Adonai Mitchell could have a breakout year. Colts receivers are young and they're solid. I'm very high on Tyler Warren. I think he's going to have a really good career in the NFL. And I think it starts right here with his rookie season. He's going to be really good for the Colts. Colts have always had a solid line. Quentin Nelson, Braden Smith. You look on the defensive side of the ball, I think it's a top half defense. You have Kenny Moore, underrated corner. Kwity Paye, if he can ball out. Grover Stewart, D-Buck, they've been there for a while. Latu Latu will have a breakout season. Zaire Franklin's a tackle monster. Travis Ward they got from the Niners. He's a good corner. Yeah. I mean, this team, and they have Xavier Howard as a backup. This team, if they have solid quarterbacks, they could easily be 500. But like I said, it's really going to depend on that and their schedule. But I don't know if I said this already. I think the AFC South is one of the more interesting divisions in football because there really is a vision to the playoffs for 3 of the teams in there. Let's look at this Colts schedule, though. Week 1, they can start off with a win here. This Denver game will be tough. Daniel Jones against that defense. I'm taking Denver. A win here. Tough one on the road, but 2 nice wins here before a loss on the road. Titans and Colts. This one, probably Colts. Colts and Steelers. Take the Colts. Take the Falcons. They lost here. Take the Chiefs. Take the Texans. So they, they didn't play the Texans yet. Colts and Jags. I think this is something that will be split. We'll give home field advantage of the Jags. They beat Seattle, lose to the Niners, beat the Jaguars, and then final week of the season, they take the win. Let's switch them. Here. Colts win at home. Texans lose at home. 9-8, I think, is very possible for the Colts. But there are a couple games in here that are very close. These 2 could be close. I mean, the Colts are probably like a middle pack team right now. I'm telling you guys right now, if the Colts have good quarterback play, they will win a lot of games. They will win this one. That one will be close. They'll win this one. Close. They'll win. This will be close. This will be close. Like, if they have good quarterback play, this team can really make a lot of noise. With a season like this, like, they can really get a good playoff run going. But in my opinion, like I said, for the Colts, it all depends on the quarterback play. Taking a look at the Jacksonville Jaguars, which I think they're kind of an under-the-radar team this season. I know Liam Cohen, new coach, new GM, but this is another team that it's going to depend on the quarterback. This offense can be electric. It all depends on Trevor Lawrence. I think this is a big year for him. If he does not have a good year, I think not the Texans, the Jaguars head in a different direction at quarterback. Not saying Trevor Lawrence is bad. That's just what I think the Jaguars' opinion is, especially because the coach there now, Liam Cohen, did not draft him. Travis Etienne, Tank Bigsby could be a solid duo. Brian Thomas Jr., Travis Hunter could be one of the best wide receiver duos in the NFL if Travis Hunter plays majority of offense. If I was a coach, I would have Travis Hunter start at receiver, and then I would have packages for him at corner. So maybe like two plays every series on defense. But his offensive line could be a little better. Bretton Strange, he could have a good year. And then this defense, Foy's side is a good linebacker. Josh Hines Allen is good on the edge. Jordan Lewis is new. Tyson Campbell is a good nickelback. But again, Jaguars, this will depend on the quarterback and how the new coaching and all that does for them this season. But on paper, this team doesn't look that bad. Taking a look at the Jaguars' schedule, they have some winnable games on here. Week 1, Carolina. I'm going to take my Panthers in that one. They're going to take the Bengals here. They take Houston at home. I think home field advantage before losing. This is a tough stretch. Wow, they have a tough start to the season, man. Holy cow. Niners, Chiefs, Seahawks, Rams. That's tough. That could really mess the Jaguars up. Just a lot of these 3 games could really go either way, in my opinion. Same with this one. I think this is a team that starts slow due to their schedule, and then they pick it up. I think 9-8 is the area they're going to be in, but this stretch right here is rough. You got the Niners, you got the Chiefs, you got the Seahawks, you got the Rams, and you're on a bye. This stretch right here, if they can win 1 or 2 of these games, the Jags will be a playoff team. If not, they won't make the playoffs. All right, going to keep this one short and sweet because we all know the Texans are going to be a really good football team this year, as long as they even gets a similar form of last season. But it's all going to depend on right here, the offensive line, in my opinion. If the offensive line is decent, this team could be conference championship-like. Just for starters, C.J. Stroud, Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb, Dameon Pierce, that's a solid running back room. Nico Collins is a top 10 wide receiver. Christian Kirk, Tank Dell, Jaden Higgins, Jalen Noyle, Xavier Hutchinson. Very deep wide receiver room. Dalton Schultz is a solid tight end. Then on the defense side of the ball, Will Anderson Jr., Daniil Hunter, Azeez Al-Shears, tackle monster. Derek Stingley Jr. is arguably the best corner in football. And then C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Kamari Lassiter has had a good couple of years now. This is a dangerous team. I think everyone knows it. We'll look at their schedule. Alrighty, Texans and Rams week 1. I think this is a good one. I'm high on the Rams this season. Texans at home here. Texans, Ravens at home. We'll go upset for Seattle. A win. They get a nice win streak going before they run into Buffalo. Take a loss, take a win. They beat the Chiefs, pull off an upset. Beat the Cardinals, beat the Raiders. Chargers pull off an upset. Then they beat the Colts, close out. This could be a 12-13 win team as long as everything that's supposed to go together does. Yeah. But by the time it's all said and done this season for the division rankings, I have the Titans at 4. Like I said, most likely a rebuilding year. Colts, Jaguars, Texans, I see a vision. Well, Texans will, but I see a vision for the Colts and Jaguars to make the playoffs this year. It's all going to depend on quarterback play. Jaguars coaching too. Texans at 1. I think they win this division once again. They're clearly the best team on paper. They won it the last 2 seasons, and I think they do it again. That will wrap up episode 1 of 8 of breaking down every single team in their division, how they will do. Like I said, couple good series and different variety for the channel coming up. Like I said, regular season, I'm going to release a video. It's probably going to be like 30 minutes of predicting how pretty much every single game will go this season and Super Bowl winners, stuff like that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe. Check out our TikTok and Twitch at J&D Sports Talk, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.